And going live on the Facebook. YouTube, excellent condition.
Hear the church chat? Can we hear
Let's see. I don't know if you can or not. Well, let's find out. Let's find out. Let me. Actually, yeah, I don't know. It's a question. But I tell you what, we are live, and we're gonna play the church chat theme right now.
Woohoo!
Oh, I don't think anyone can hear it.
No one can hear it?
No, I don't think so.
No,
that's acapella.
It's church chat. That's the time for you to say that. I know you can't hear it.
Okay. Well, it's church chat time. Oh, man. Welcome to church chat. I am Pastor Dan.
And I am Pastor Dave.
And hopefully our faces are bouncing back and forth on your screen. James Adkins is trying to work some magic and make all of this happen. And I think it's maybe happening. Don't really know from our perspective, but
parts of it
are
certainly happening.
I believe we are out there on the interwebs going live to you all. We are doing a very socially distanced quarantine edition of Church Chat. Dave's family had some COVID exposure. James, I don't know, maybe had some. Who knows? Maybe I had some. It's hard to say. It's hard to say anymore who's had what. So we thought it'd just be better today for us to stay apart from one another and do it this way. Hang on just a second. Let me look at something.
See if the internet's working.
Holly says, I can hear you, but I don't know if that's accurate or not.
She probably just hears you through the wall in the other room.
Or can't.
I wanted to let you know that I wore something very special today since I am quarantined. From the Quarantine Queen, baby.
Oh, look at that.
Right there.
Yeah.
Which I thought it was hilarious last night at the board meeting. Rex Bibler, he introduced himself as K-Bib's husband, the Quarantine Queen herself.
That's fantastic. Yeah, and she is the Quarantine Queen. Yeah, Holly says that she can hear just fine and dandy, so that's wonderful. Glad that is working.
I just don't think she heard the church chat theme, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. See, it's hard for us to know. Every week, we are taping things together with duct tape and bubble gum, just hoping and praying that things work, both during church chat and during church services. We did Sunday morning. Hopefully you were watching that. We did that from the sanctuary this week. I know a lot of folks were excited to see that we were in that space for the Advent season, which it's beautiful, and it brings about a little bit more of a traditional feel to things, which I think we like the holiday season. But as James can attest to, it wasn't exactly just a quick plug and play to go over and do things from there.
Yeah, it's always an exciting experience.
It sounded great.
But it worked.
It sounded great.
So, Dave, how are you and your family doing? I know that you guys had some COVID stuff going on. Once you've
Henry had already been quarantined anyway because of exposure at school. So he's done being quarantined. And then Heidi got it. That's probably the sickest I've seen her in many, many years. And the weird thing about it is, like, there was never one day that I feel absolutely the worst, and now I'm getting better. It was feel like crap every day. But she's back to work already. I am still quarantined, which, like I said, is the frustrating part. It's like half the time the people being quarantined are out longer than the other people, but who actually have it. So, but it was a not not our favorite Thanksgiving. It was us, Heidi and I and Henry. Um, Lauren couldn't bring his family over, and Avery still hasn't come back from school yet. But thanks to the Metzgers who brought us in had some Bob Evans Thanksgiving dinner delivered. It was delicious. We
No
just kind of
problem.
made the best of it.
So you're saying it was like
Not a
second
problem.
or third favorite Thanksgiving?
I'm saying if one of my kids was Sunday night, because I'm supposed to be through this week. I'm supposed to be quarantined. So Sunday night, my oldest is coming. Everybody's going to try and get together and have a meal here.
Yeah. So we did just a little bit of we kept our Thanksgiving stuff pretty small in our family, but one thing that we did that was kind of fun is we were able to go, and we have a tradition every year where we get together with with my siblings, and we always take a picture together, my brothers and I. And of course, we weren't able to all be together. My middle brother Kyle, he lives out in Indiana. They have a 1-year-old, and so it was like, yeah, we haven't been around you guys. You probably ought to stay where you are. I'd been around my other brother Jake a little bit, but it's been 10 years in a row that we had done that we had been able to do Thanksgiving together and take this picture. And so we weren't going to be able to do it this year, but my middle brother found a way to be able to do it. And I'm going to see if I'm smart enough to do this. So here's the picture that we were.
You're going to bring this whole stream down with this.
I think I got it. Destroy the whole thing. All right, let me see if you guys able to see that at all?
No.
Right. But if you text it to me,
I did see it. Oh, there it is.
There it is. See that? So the one on the bottom is the recent picture, and Kyle just photoshopped his picture in right next to us.
It's not coming.
So there's our yearly progression.
Yeah, it's not coming through on the screen, but if you text me the picture, I can put it up.
All right, I'll see if I can figure out how to do that during all of this.
Dave, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Where do you think your chickens are now? Do you ever dream? Do you ever dream about it? Just wonder what they might be doing.
Actually. If they wouldn't poop on each other, we'd have been good. But
not only they poop on each other, but they poop on everything.
Yeah.
Chickens.
I was actually thinking about getting 1 or 2 in the spring.
You gonna do it all again?
Just 1 or 2. Not 6. 6 was a bit too many. How was your Thanksgiving, James?
Very quiet. My wife and I got takeout from Cracker Barrel. And what else did we do? We watched a bunch of trashy TV, which we've been doing more and more of lately.
I'm already starting to run out of. I mean, we start the Christmas movies early. We start them early on. I'm already starting to run out of ones that I like. There's, now my favorite Christmas movie I haven't watched yet. You guys want to take a stab at it? Favorite Christmas movie?
Yeah, the one with Chevy Chase.
No, it's up there. It's number 2, Christmas Vacation.
It's a Wonderful Life.
No, Die Hard.
Oh well, that'd be, yeah, that's cool.
And I will fight anyone that says Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. It absolutely is.
There
are 2 kinds of people in the world: people who know that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and communists.
Die Hard is one of those movies I ran into last night. I was flipping through the channels, flipping. Oh, First Blood, Rambo. Now I'm stuck. You can't go around the horn when you reach certain movies, and I think Die Hard could be one of them.
Right. So Die Hard with Bruce Willis. There's actually a commercial out now. I think it's Die Hard Batteries. Has a commercial where he's crawling through like a vent and then sees the Die Hard batteries. Like, I need those.
Yeah, I
And
saw that commercial. And then at the end,
yeah,
he's like, the other guy says "Yippee ki and he's like, "You stole my line," or "That's my line," or something. All right, Dan. So I can get your picture up. I for those people watching, they already saw it awkwardly jump up. But if you'd like to describe your picture one more time, I'm gonna put it right in the middle.
sure. Okay, so from left to right, if you start at the top, that's the first year we did it. Then I don't know, we just kind of randomly took the same picture the next year and kept going back and forth. And then the one at the bottom is the most recent one. Um, so that's my middle brother Kyle on the right, and yeah, he couldn't be on that. He couldn't be with us that day, so he just took his picture the same as what he always would have,
Uh,
and put it in there. Also, Holly is photobombing us on the left-hand side in the last
but
picture behind my youngest brother,
someone
Jake.
else is photobombing in the second one on the top left.
Oh, you're right. I think that's Holly again.
Oh my
You're
gosh!
absolutely right.
Yeah.
That is, I had never noticed that before.
So now that can
Wow.
become a new
Well,
tradition.
And if you look, there's a couple times where my dad is in his recliner in the back
Yeah.
between my head and Jake's head.
So
That's it.
I'm sorry. What was your middle brother? What's his? Is it Jeff?
So Kyle is on the right. He's the middle brother, and Jake is on the left.
So does Kyle regret wearing that the wife beater?
I'm guessing maybe. So it
That
used to be
is
that
something.
Kyle and I were both traveling in, and so everybody was staying the night there. Of course, that doesn't necessarily happen anymore. I live back here, but we actually found a picture also of like the day we moved into that house. I think I was 13 or 14, where we happened like we got pizza that night, and we were all sitting at that same counter in that same position, and we discovered that just a couple of years ago. So, but that's a Thanksgiving tradition we now have, that we take that picture every year. So we couldn't miss it this year, even though we couldn't all be together. So people will wait on pins and needles to see that picture. So
give the people what they
what's
want,
happening
Dan.
church-wise, Dan?
say again.
What's happening church-wise?
Yes. So I'll let everybody know kind of what. We'll be sending out a letter to this effect here in the next few days. But leadership met last night, and we've already been kind of looking at this and what we need to do. It doesn't look like things are going to trend any differently corona-wise. We're in December. I can't imagine Hancock County going back to being an org county, especially with we have several church members now who are experiencing COVID, some seriously, and so just out of precautions and one of the things we know also is if people get together on Christmas Eve and they're around a bunch of people, then are they going to be able to see their immediate family? And we know that that's a thing that people want to do on Christmas Eve. So here's what we're going to do. It looks like we're going to be closed down the rest of December as far as meeting in person. We'll still be doing our live Sunday morning worship, 10 a.m. Going to try to do it from the sanctuary. Have some music. It'll look a lot like it did this Sunday. Try to give it a little bit more of a traditional feel to it. And then on Christmas Eve, we will not have an in-person Christmas Eve service like what we've had in the past. But here's what we are going to do. On Christmas Eve day, from 12 to 2, we're going to have a drive-through live nativity here at the church. If you'd like to participate in that, let us know. We need some live nativity people. And it'll be a thing where, just like if you were here for trunk or treat, where you kind of come into one entrance and you go out the other, we'll have it be kind of the same path. Live nativity, you'll be able to experience that. And then as you're going out, Dave and I will be there to hand out to you a couple of things, little prepackaged communion. And then also your Christmas Eve candle. If you come to a Christmas Eve candlelight service, you know that there's a candle you light. For kids, we'll try to have some glow sticks in case you don't want your kids playing with fire. So we'll hand these out to you. And then when you go home that evening, we're going to post. We're already starting to work on recording and putting together a great Christmas Eve worship service video that we'll post on YouTube and Facebook that you'll be able to watch together with your immediate family, no matter where you are. If you've got your communion and candles with you, there will be a time where we take communion and a time where you can light your candle along with the rest of us. Post your picture of lighting your candle online so we can kind of all see it together. Because I know that's the thing that we're all going to kind of miss, is being able to do that. It'll be my first Christmas Eve in my lifetime that I remember not being at church on Christmas Eve, lighting candles and singing together. But we're going to try to do it in a special way and make it as special as we can. If you can't come on Christmas Eve day to the live nativity to get your candle and your communion, we're going to try to set aside some other times where you could come pick those up, or we're going to try to maybe come up with some ways where we can do a no contact drop off at your house. We're working on all of this. We're kind of flying by the seat of our pants a little bit, but don't want to wait till last minute to try to throw something together. So we're starting to work on it now, and hopefully be able to have it be special for Christmas Eve. So that's kind of where we are right now. Yeah, like I said, it's going to be different than any Christmas that in my memory, but hopefully it's still one that's meaningful and folks are able to connect with one another in a different kind of way and really connect with God in a meaningful way. And we'll do our best to facilitate that. So that's where we are. What do you think, Dave?
I thought we hashed all this out last night. It was very productive and great meeting for leadership board, and I think we're doing the best we can, and it will be memorable.
Yeah, you'll remember it. It'll be kind of like I was talking with somebody else this morning. We could just do a virtual thing, but there's something about Easter and Christmas Eve where you want to experience something. So you remember Easter, we did the drive-in, and that was really special. The reality is we don't know what the weather is going to be like on Christmas Eve, and while you all might be nice and toasty in your cars, Dave and I could die of hypothermia, and we don't need that. So
just dress like an Eskimo.
Yeah, but yeah, so we're going to try to do something really, really special. And I think it'll be good. We'll do our very best. And yeah, like you said, it'll be memorable. Remember the year where we just did a drive-in and we watched Christmas Eve from our couch, It'll be different for me. I'll be watching it from my couch, which I've never done before. I've never had a Christmas Eve with just my family. So this is, which I just realized yesterday. I've never actually done that. So we'll actually get to go to Christmas Eve worship together. So, there are some kind of special things about it, and hopefully you all are able to experience some special things as well. So,
for sure.
Yeah. So we're doing our very best. But yeah, I was talking with a guy this morning. He actually works at a bank, and was saying that there's people are happy to do their banking for the most part online, but they do want to know that you're still there, like present in the building. And there are certain times they want to come in and they want to see you. And it's kind of the same maybe with the church, that there's just certain times they want to know that, hey, this thing is still going on. And so yeah, I'm hoping for something special. I'm really pushing for live sheet. I'm really pushing for that to happen. We'll see if we can make that happen. So. And then on Christmas Day, Dave, you can come and shovel up any mess they leave behind.
Is that the associate pastor duty?
Yes, that is.
To clean the duty. Oh gosh. Well, to me, it sounds cool. I mean, I do think we're making ice cream out of slush.
What? Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the rest of that analogy? I've never heard that one.
I was sure you were gonna mention yellow snow, but
but yeah, so that's kind of what's going on. It's been an interesting already Advent season, I think, trying to, as I've been working through some of the sermons and the things I'm putting together for Christmas Eve, like just thinking about, what we are experiencing right now, um, as people living here in Findlay, Ohio, or wherever it is you're watching, um, and what the experience is. And yeah, there's some disappointment going into this season, the holiday season, that it's not what you hoped for, it's not what you dreamed for, right? Like back in when we were back at Easter, I think one of the things we probably said to each other is, let's get through this so that Christmas can be normal. Well, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. And it might be disappointing, but I was thinking about, Mary, Joseph. I mean, talk about disappointment. It's not what they had probably imagined for their lives, right? As a young girl, how she would have dreamed her life would go. Or for Joseph, what he dreamed his life would be like, what his firstborn son would be like, taking over the family carpentry business or whatever. And man, it just wasn't to be. The first Christmas was, as much as we like to think of it as this beautiful thing, it was full of probably disappointment and worry and and pain and um, not being able to be with their family, right? Being away from their family. I mean, there's a lot of kind of similarities to it. We've turned it into this thing where everything is perfect and everybody's together, but the first Christmas was anything but that.
Right. Exactly. And this will be though just like that Christmas one that we'll look back on and say, hey, there were probably blessings here that we couldn't see until we had the experience of hindsight.
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, there will be some unpacking of 2020 for a long time, of just the impact it had on our own lives, on how we all experienced it, and um, on the different ways we all handled it, the different experiences everybody had. Those who have gotten sick or have lost loved ones or have lost jobs. Everybody's experiencing it a little bit different, and I think it's going to take a while to unpack. There are certain moments that are and things that happen that I forget what they call, like what the term is, but that are like collective um, collective moments of tragedy that everybody experiences, right? September 11th was one. Pearl Harbor was one. That there are these collective moments of tragedy that we all experience, that we all go through. And it'll be interesting to see how we unpack this, how it changes us as a society, as a church, as just as individuals going forward. But um, I think the hope is, as followers of Jesus, that Christ redeems broken things, and I think that's our hope coming out of this. So,
Amen.
where have you seen, Dave? Maybe just in your own, like as you've started to unpack already. I know that your family's experienced this, experienced COVID, and so you guys have had some real tragic losses and things. Have you started any of that work of trying to see, how God is redeeming this yet, or do you still feel like you're kind of still in the event?
I did mention a couple weeks ago, and I've mentioned it a couple times. There are things about losing my dad that has helped shape me into a better person. But I've also seen this really neat. I have the great opportunity, the blessing to work with young people, and I've really seen sort of a shift that I think has been due for a long time. We had some kids that are right around that ninth grade mark. They're just so excited to be coming to church, and our participants and that sort of thing. And what's neat about it is they're really just almost chomping at the bit to be a part of church and what we've got going on. And some of that comes from, where priorities have just been shuffled. Kids can't do the same things that they could do. I mean, part of coming to youth group, a great thing is being in that fellowship where kids get to play together. I mean, as weird as that sounds for a high school kid, I mean, kids don't get to do that ever, really, unless they're in an organized sport. And then here we are, collectively just getting time to run around and hang out and all of that stuff. So that has been neat. And I wonder, coming through this, how maybe some of what we do changes. I know my generation is the generation that kind of started that helicopter parenting. And since then, it's gone to huge extremes, and our kids always have to be busy. And our kids, I mean, I've had kids who are coming home from a mission trip and they're in the back of their parents' car putting on cleats after they've been gone for a week to, go and do and keep on the go. It's going to be interesting to see how families might slow down, because a lot of that busyness with kids is driven by parents. Even though it's the kids playing sports or whatever, everybody's going to have the next Ben Roethlisberger and that sort of thing. So a lot of that busyness has been driven by parents for many years now. And so it'll be interesting to see how God shapes us into something else. I mean, I just don't see everything going back to the way it was a year ago.
That's an interesting thing that you bring up around the idea of like the kids just playing together and how they need to be able to do that. And I wonder if it's not just kids that need to be able to play. That's something that I think is maybe important for us as adults that we forget how to do. And, maybe at the beginning of the quarantine, that was a part of what was so fun about it, was that we suddenly had time to play, to just do something that was fun, that was creative, that was something to take our minds off of everything. But we've slipped back into, I've just got to get through this day. I've got to try to find ways to keep myself busy, make myself busy, whatever that might be. And when those things get taken away from us, if we've forgotten how to play, if we've forgotten how to just enjoy life, it's easy to take a dive in your attitude and the way that you're kind of experiencing things, and to really kind of, move into feeling depressed or sad or anxious or whatever it might be. So I guess maybe one of the things that, I went out the other day when it started snowing, and Dave, I know you love the snow. I would love to celebrate Christmas in a tropical climate. I love Christmas, but I'll build a snowman made out of sand. It'll be great. Let me do that. I don't need the cold. Why do I live somewhere where the air hurts my face? I don't know. But but Amelia wanted to go out and play in the snow. And so I said, yeah, let's go play in the snow. So we went and built just played. And that was you can't be angry building a snowman. It's just fun. And so, going out and playing and that kind of thing, I think is important for us to do.
Let me ask you, you don't like the cold, but do you like sweating? Because
no. So here's what I want. I want it to always be about 70, 75 degrees, partly cloudy, not too sunny, but with some sunshine, a breeze, but not windy and not calm. That's what I want. I don't think
Yeah.
I'm asking.
I'm sure that place
Because
exists.
along with that tropical weather comes spiders as big as dinner plates and everything else. I'm afraid
Everything
of. So.
comes back to spiders with Dave.
Yes.
Listen, in the winter in Ohio, all those things just come inside. They're all
Yeah.
outside right now, but they all come inside in the winter
Well,
to get
our
out.
last church chat, I was on James's couch and I almost lost my mind because there was that spider.
That's
I hate
right.
spiders. I actually got bit by a spider. One of the cats we have now, when we first got her, she was a bit nervous, and we had a like a crawl space under the house. It was a pretty big crawl space. It was the whole house, and she disappeared. And I finally discovered. Actually, here's what happened. We got her vaccinated with whatever you're supposed to vaccinate cats with, and that made her sick, and she didn't feel well, so she disappeared to like the darkest corner of the crawl space. And I went in and rescued the cat from the crawl space, even though she probably didn't want to be rescued. And I got this little bite on my arm, and I thought, oh, what a bummer, because I get bites all the time. For some reason, my skin is sensitive. And so it's like 2 weeks, and the bite's still there. 3 weeks, and the bite's still there. And then all of a sudden, the lymph nodes in my armpit start going crazy, and it like hurts to put my arm down. So I went to the doctor, and she was like, we're going to put you on a pretty strong combination of antibiotics. And I still have a scar on my arm from what I assume was a spider bite. All that to say, I don't like spiders either, Dave.
I thought
Did
for
you
sure this.
gain any superpowers or abilities from this spider
It
bite?
made me play guitar a little better. I don't know. That's hard to
I
I
tell.
thought for sure where this was going was, and there's a whole bunch of baby spiders up in my armpit. Thank gosh. We
I think you might watch too many TV shows. Does that happen? Like spiders crawling out of
We're
your
going to
brain.
decide that doesn't happen, that's not a thing. Because I want to be able to
Yeah, you
sleep.
guys want me to look it up?
That
I can
can't
probably look it up.
Please do not. All right. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Again, we will have church live at 10 a.m. this Sunday. Join us on Facebook and YouTube. Let us know if you're there. There's a link in the comment section of those that you can sign in. And if you have any prayer requests, we want to still be praying for you. And yeah, we just want you to know that we're thinking about you even when we're not able to physically be together. Also, if you've got kiddos, check out Corinne's posting videos for the kids, Spark Online on YouTube every Wednesday. So check those out. And we'll keep you posted as we know more about how exactly Christmas Eve is going to look. But again, we're going to try Christmas Eve, 12 to 2, live nativity drive-through. And then that evening, we'll have a video that's posted for you and your family to watch together to be able to experience Christmas Eve worship together in your home. So I think that's about it for right now. Dave, anything else?
I can't think of anything, but I think James is getting something here.
Yeah.
Oh,
The people on the internet
could.
couldn't see that because I'm just wearing my warm undergarments. That's the best thing about Zoom, right? Now I'm back. You can't tell. Since we can't do the church chat theme on the stream, I'm just gonna go ahead and play it. Is that okay with you guys?
Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you later.
Here we go.
See you guys.
It's church chat with Pastors Dan and Dave. Thanks for hanging with us on our stream. It's Church Chat Wednesday.
See you all later.
All right.
See you guys
Bye,
soon.
everybody. All right, we are